On the Masters of Spin this morning, Twitter's new on-screen warning to users as it tries to tackle hate speech, which has gone largely unchallenged for too long. Now it will be, with a function that detects content usually associated with abuse. Users will now be asked if they want to review this before tweeting.
The user is then given the option to go ahead, edit or delete. It's set to be rolled out this week, but why now, and could it really change behaviour? Our Masters of Spin this morning are advertising and marketing experts Adam Ferrier and Matthew Bywater. Gentlemen, morning to you. Adam, to you first. Are you asking yourself why now, or instead are we thinking, perhaps that the social media giants have now decided that they need to act to get their act together, and we're just grateful that it's happening at all?
Yeah, I think probably the latter. I think the whole Trump explosion thing kind of taught the social media companies they have to take being pro-social seriously. I reckon this is a really good move, and a button like this that just says, are you sure you want to say that? It's probably a good thing to have on the social media platform, but it's something that I'd love to have throughout my life. Just somebody just tapping me on the shoulder saying, are you sure? That would be unreal.
If only you could just take back things that you say, though. Yes, if someone tapped you.
Great.
Yeah, you need it just before.
It'd be great
you're
in live TV, wouldn't it?
Totally. Matthew, what do you think about this? Because Twitter has come under fire for censoring free speech, and of course I'm thinking of Donald Trump here. I'm just wondering whether there'll be some very loud voices coming from America with that exact argument.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think if you're a libertarian, you're not so concerned about this as you are with Facebook, where they're going to tag your comments. So it actually puts a slant on your comments because they're giving the user the option. And then, I'm with Adam. I think some of we all need to take a breath before posting something. Because they give the user the option, then post it. They're not tagging then that this comment actually has some issues with trueness about it, like they do on Facebook. So I think this is much better.
Yeah, to another issue, Tourism Australia, another campaign has been released, again starring their latest ambassadors, Hamish Blake and his wife, Zoe Foster. Let's take a look.
Oh, Australia. No one loves the big things more than me. The big pineapple, the big banana, big potato, prawny. But I reckon we can find an even bigger big thing. All right, what about the big barrier reef?
Oh, great.
Well, it's a big spend, that's for sure. $9 million Epic Holidays campaign urging Aussies to travel at home this year. What do you think, Adam? Is it money well spent? Are these hitting the mark for you?
Yes, I think so. Hamish is very lovable, as is Zoe, so it doesn't really matter too much what they say. Just put him out there and just get him jingling brand Australia. I also think they're doing their bit in terms of making it really, really normal that you're doing your bit by having a holiday. So the more that message is out there, I think the more holidays we're going to take. And I think it almost becomes like your civic duty to holiday, which I think appeals to Australians a lot. And it is pretty important that we keep the economy going. So good on them, well done.
Yeah, and I just hope that then people discover places they might not have been before and then decide that they want to, even when the borders do open up overseas, that they want to keep going back to those places in our country as well.
Yep.
Just need to move on finally. Matthew, there must be some decent dough in bread. Robert De Niro's done it. Now George Clooney is the latest celebrity to team up with British bread brand Warburtons. So, Matt, Clooney notoriously doesn't do many endorsements, so he must be very expensive to hire. Why has he chosen this bread, though? It's a beautifully shot ad.
Oh, he's chosen the bread because of the money, The dough's good, it works really well. And Clooney does this too. If you look at what he did with the Nespresso ads, he used all that money, in according to George Clooney, to buy a satellite to help monitor human rights issues over Sudan. So he's doing this not for personal gain. He's actually using this for his charitable causes. And, so he takes the money. Warburtons, let's face it, it's sliced bread. There's not that much you can do about it. So a bit of a celebrity tag along helps.
Yes, but they've got the CEO. That's the CEO of Warburtons there that they feature in the ads.
They make the bread look good, I have to say.
It's beautiful, doesn't it?
I think it's worth saying that this bread company's used Sylvester Stallone, they've used the Muppets, they've used Robert De Niro, so they've got a history of using really famous big names in their advertising, which kind of de-risks the whole thing for George Clooney. He's just part of a bigger joke with this bread company.
Yeah,
so
and he's in good company, using A-listers like that. All right, Adam, Matthew, great to see you, as always.